Hey YouTube, this is Doc Galt. I know it's been a while since I posted a video to you guys, so I wanted to reach out. As some of you might know, back in June I had shoulder surgery, and so I was out of commission for a little while. And good news is that I'm doing much better. Shoulder's pretty much healed up. I mean, there's not a lot of scarring. I mean, there's some incision marks, that are around the outside, but got a little bit of soreness, a little bit of stiffness. I'm still going to physical therapy to get it worked on, and I'm hoping by next month I'll be good to go. So that's kind of what's been happening on that front. I want to talk to you guys today about improving your position. And I know that that's something that has probably been drilled over and over and over again to you all. But one of the things that was made very, very clear to me in a live stream by Corsair Trainers is the fact that, things are advancing as we go along. Time doesn't stop, and people are still doing things. Some people may be doing things that we do not agree with. Maybe on the political spectrum, some people may be doing things that we do not agree with morally, ethically, whatever, So I thought I'd make this video to kind of talk with you guys about improving your position. And if you're stuck in a rut and you're wondering, what do I do? You can do something. Even with my shoulder being probably at 90%, I spent last week, I did a whole bushel of peaches with the wife, canning those. And why was I doing that? Well, I live in the Midwest in southern Indiana, and for those of you who know anything about, the plains, we're not like California where we have fruit available to us year-round. And if you do get fruit in the winter, it's usually pretty expensive. So we made peach jam, we made, peach, you name it, anything you could think of out of peaches, and we canned it. And then just recently, just yesterday, we finished up on peeling, coring apples. And we started on that kick. And we started, making, apple butter, apple, just anything you could think of with apples that we tend to use on a regular basis. And we started canning apples. And we just finished that up last night at like 10 o'clock. So today, after I get done with my physical therapy appointment, what we're going to start working on is cleaning out the freezer of all the hamburger meat, and we're going to start canning hamburger meat. And it's amazing because you can clean out your freezer pretty quick. I own a large stand-up freezer, aside from my regular refrigerator and freezer. It's like 22 cubic foot. And 7 pint jars will can about 7 pounds of hamburger meat. So, you know, that's quite a bit of meat. And, you know, you might be asking, you know, well, why are you doing that? Everything has a purpose. You know, everything has a purpose as far as why things are done. Well, in Indiana, come November, deer season starts, you know. And if you want, you know, if you want to have a deer, you got to have a place in which to put it. So that's kind of, you know, the mode of thought that we're going along. And I thought I'd make this video for you guys because that same mode of thought you have to apply to other things, you know, regardless of what you're doing. And I've been spending a lot of time thinking about the different potential threats that have been in my community and my greater community. And I've been kind of just looking around my area and just analyzing things and breaking things down. And one of the things that I've noticed is, actually it was something that Corsair trainers had pointed out, is that, you know, if something goes down, I'm talking about something big, if something big goes down in your area, there is going to need to be somebody to take on some sort of leadership role. And somebody to take charge. And sometimes it has to be you. Sometimes it has to be you to be the one. And you have to delegate responsibility to people. And you have to be able to say, okay, you know, Bob, I want you to go work on this, and Joe, I want you to work on that, and, you know, in order to take care of the situation. Or, as like Corsair, you know, he and I were talking, you might have an entire group of people to where you might have to say, I want you to take your group and go take care of this problem or that problem, or maybe relieve this person at such and such time. Start thinking ahead. Start thinking ahead about different potential threats in your area. And aside from all the mojo that, you know, people want to spew out about, you know, it depends upon where you live, and, you know, if you live in the city, you know, you're better off, or if you live in the country, you're better off. Each environment has its own individual threats. And I'll tell you one thing that happened here yesterday was there was a fire in the closest town to me. And there was a lot of people that were unaware that there was a fire. But the fire, you know, firefighters went out there and they were taking care of it and they were fighting it. And all people knew, the only thing that people were aware of was that their water supply had dwindled at their home. That's the only thing that they knew. So they were calling into the water department to find out why their water pressure was so low. And they had no clue that down by the park, here in town, that they had a fire, and that the firefighters were fighting a fire. So that not only shows you how disconnected the communication is between people, but it just kind of shows you how people are just kind of taking care of themselves. You know what I'm saying? And it kind of brings up the topic of building community among people, and talking with your neighbors, and discussing different things, and being ready for these future events. Organizing, planning for these things. And I'm not saying that you have to go out and, be necessarily paranoid about things, but I would say in this day and age, you probably need to ask yourself some hard questions about your environment, especially with the political climate and what's coming up in November, because this is kind of a repeat situation of what happened in 2020, the way that I see it. You got two candidates that, regardless of who wins or loses, there is a risk. I should rephrase that. There is a possible risk of somebody being unhappy that their candidate of choice didn't get elected. So, you might want to consider that in your planning when you're going about this. And I would highly recommend that you go over to Corsair Trainers and look at some of his videos that he has, because he covers I don't want to say everything, but he covers a lot of things in regards to tactics, in regards to psychology, mode of thought, human nature, how to deal with different circumstances. All those things are important. And, like I say, things change. Time goes on. And as time goes on, the people around you, they don't stop doing whatever they're doing. So it's important that you start thinking ahead and start working towards whatever you need to do in order to better yourself, better your family, better your position, with wherever you're at and wherever you want to be. So that's pretty much what I got for you today. I hope that you guys are doing well with everything, and start planning ahead, because sitting on the couch and doing absolutely nothing but eating a bag of Cheetos is not helping anybody do anything. All right. This is Doc Galt. I will be signing off, and as I tell you in all my videos, hey, thank the angels for everything that they do in your life, and I will see you guys in the next video. Alright. God bless. Take care. I'll see you. Bye-bye.